The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. He to whom this emotion is a stranger, who can no longer pause to wonder and stand wrapped in awe, is as good as dead. His eyes are closed. I am enough of an artist to draw freely upon my imagination. Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited to all we now know and understand, while imagination embraces the entire world and all there ever will be to know and understand. A human being is a part of the whole called by us universe, a part limited in time and space. He experiences himself, his thoughts and feeling as something separated from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of his consciousness. This delusion is a kind of prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and to affection for a few persons nearest to us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature in its beauty. The true value of a human being can be found in the degree to which he has attained liberation from the self. We shall require a substantially new manner of thinking if humanity is to survive. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. The release of atom power has changed everything except our way of thinking. The solution to this problem lies in the heart of mankind. If only I had known, I should have become a watchmaker. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. Though I have asserted above that in truth a legitimate conflict between religion and science cannot exist, I must nevertheless qualify this assertion once again on an essential point, with reference to the actual content of historical religions. The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. Any intelligent fool can make things bigger, more complex, and more violent. It takes a touch of genius and a lot of courage to move in the opposite direction. Out of clutter, find simplicity. From discord, find harmony. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. The significant problems we face cannot be solved at the same level of thinking we were at when we created them. I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. The distinction between the past, present and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. Peace cannot be achieved through violence. It can only be attained through understanding. True peace with oneself and with the world around us can only be achieved through the understanding, tolerance, and goodwill created by dialogue and mutual respect. The most difficult thing is to not deceive oneself. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. The mediocre mind is incapable of understanding the man who refuses to bow blindly to conventional prejudices and chooses instead to express his opinions courageously and honestly. It has become appallingly obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity. The strive for a peaceful life and inner security is a drive which exists in every human being, but without the development of the heart and mind, every attempt to implement it will only lead to superficiality. The significant problems we cannot solve at the same level of thinking we were at when we created them. We must learn to see the world anew, understanding that our problems are interlinked and that our solutions must be comprehensive, encompassing all aspects of society and the environment. A new type of thinking is essential if mankind is to survive and move toward higher levels. Our own life and the entire fate of the world depend on it. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. We need to rise above our current perspective to see from a higher vantage point. The value of achievement lies in the achieving. It is in the effort, the striving, the perpetual struggle to achieve that the real value lies. The joy is in the creating, not in the accolades. True success is not the attainment of wealth or prestige, but in the harmonious alignment of one's actions with one's beliefs and dreams. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. We must not let our civilization's technological achievements distract us from the deeper, more profound connection we have with the universe and each other. One had to cram all this stuff into one's mind for the examinations, whether one liked it or not. This coercion had such a deterring effect on me that after I had passed the final examination, I found the consideration of any scientific problems distasteful to me for an entire year. It is, in fact, nothing short of a miracle that the modern methods of instruction have not yet entirely strangled the holy curiosity of inquiry. The most beautiful and profound emotion we can experience is the sensation of the mystical. It is the sower of all true science. He to whom this emotion is a stranger, who can no longer wonder and stand wrapped in awe, is as good as dead. To know that what is impenetrable to us really exists, manifesting itself as the highest wisdom and the most radiant beauty, which our dull faculties can comprehend only in their most primitive forms, this knowledge, this feeling, is at the center of true religiousness. I claim credit for nothing. Everything is determined, the beginning as well as the end, by forces over which we have no control. It is determined for the insect as well as for the star. Human beings, vegetables or cosmic dust, we all dance to a mysterious tune, intoned in the distance by an invisible piper. Man tries to make for himself in the fashion that suits him best, a simplified and intelligible picture of the world. He then tries to some extent to substitute this cosmos of his for the world of experience, and thus to overcome it. This is what I mean by the term escape from reality. The striving for such escape characterizes the inner life of the individual, but also, in medieval terms, the cosmology, ethics, and religion of the societies in which he lives. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. Let us not forget that human knowledge and skills alone cannot lead humanity to a happy and dignified life. Humanity has every reason to place the proclaimers of high moral standards and values above the discoverers of objective truth. The right to search for truth implies also a duty. One must not conceal any part of what one has recognized to be true. It is evident that any restriction on academic freedom acts in such a way as to hamper the dissemination of knowledge among the people, and thereby impedes rational judgment and action. The release of atomic energy has not created a new problem. It has merely made more urgent the necessity of solving an existing one. As long as there are sovereign nations possessing great power, war is inevitable. That is not an attempt to secure peace, but the surest way to provoke war. I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. One cannot help but be in awe when he contemplates the mysteries of eternity, of life, of the marvelous structure of reality. It is not that I'm so smart, but I stay with the questions much longer. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Problems cannot be solved with the same mindset that created them. We must be willing to embrace the unknown, to explore the depths of our ignorance, and to admit that we do not know the answers.